In this video, I want to talk about psilocybin for depression and answer some questions here, some of the common questions that I get. So many people that reach out to me, they have been diagnosed with depression and they've either been on an SSRI or medication like that, or it's not working, or they are on it and they don't want to be on it because they have side effects. Well, first of all, I want to say that this video is not medical advice. I'm not diagnosing or treating anything. I am a nurse practitioner and I also have a personal history of depression. So I'm talking as a human being, as a person that has suffered from it and dealt with these things herself. And a few things. First of all, it's interesting to note that the neurotransmitter imbalance theory of depression has never been proven. And actually, now that we've had Prozac and things like Prozac for close to 40 years, we know that that theory was inaccurate. And that doesn't mean that serotonin and other neurotransmitters have nothing at all to do with our mood. They do. But thinking that we were that simple, that it was a serotonin thing and all we have to do is fix that, then we won't be depressed. Interestingly enough, the serotonin research originated out of LSD research. So that's, even though LSD became illegal and Prozac and those medicines became some of the top selling medications in the United States, that's an aside there. But if you think about depression, which is the way I think about it now, as a adaptation response. Okay, so it is a way for the human system to adapt to the circumstances. It is an adaptation. Now, it's not, we don't like it, we don't want it. Nobody wants to be depressed or enjoys being depressed, but we need to acknowledge that that state of being actually serves a purpose. And when the nervous system decided on that response to life, it was the best possible response available to the nervous system. So think of it as the nervous system finding a response. There's a problem, the nervous system finds a solution to that problem, and then although that problem either no longer exists or that solution is no longer a good solution, the nervous system is stuck. It's stuck in that response. And so it's just a different way of thinking about it, and it's a little bit more complex. But I think it's really important to understand this, because until the nervous system feels safe, it's not going to change. And so a lot of our focus around really treating depression needs to be around making the nervous system feel safe. But let me get back to psilocybin here. The role that psilocybin can play is on a macro dose, so a big dose of psilocybin, what you would call a big trip experience. That can really reset the nervous system and give a person the experience of safety in their body for the first time. That's actually what happened to me. I went to the Netherlands and I had a psilocybin experience, and I actually felt safe in my body for the first time. And I didn't even know that I didn't feel safe in my body until I felt safe in my body, and I was like, oh, this is what it feels like to really be in my body and really feel safe. Now, a big dose of psilocybin is not going to keep you there. It's not going to, if you have decades of your nervous system being a certain way, one dose, a high dose of psilocybin is not going to erase that. But it is going to give you an experience of what that feels like. And then with the proper preparation and the proper support after, which, by the way, always needs to include something to do with the body. Talk therapy is great. I've had plenty of talk therapy, but talk therapy that does not engage the body does not have the ability to really get the message through to your nervous system that you are safe. So just keep that in mind as you're working with psilocybin. So there's the macro dose, the big trip experience, and then people will microdose psilocybin. So that's taking a very small amount, anywhere from a tenth of your macro dose or even less, every a few times a week, to continue to support the nervous system feeling safe and feeling in balance and doing what it needs to do. So there's a lot there. I actually have a microdosing psilocybin course that you can take. If you reach out to me, I can send you the link for that. It's very valuable. It takes you through all the steps of how to do that. And hopefully that answers the question of the role that psilocybin can play in treating depression.